How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited to chat. And I just heard my favorite word, which is goodwill bin.
Oh, yeah.
You know it's going to be a good chat. Okay, cool. So can you just tell us at first how you fell in love with reselling, what got you started?
Yeah, so I got started just selling some things out of my own closet. I needed little enough. I needed a new printer, and my husband said no. And so I said, I'll get a printer. So I sold a couple things for my own closet, and then I've been a thrifter my whole life. So it kind of just came naturally to be like, oh, I could sell more. I could sell things I'm finding. So kind of started, organically, slowly, just finding things here and there to pick up and sell. And I started on Poshmark. So I've been there about a year and a half now, and it's just kind of grown from there, and I love it. So enjoying it so far.
That is so awesome. Okay, so I need to know, just because I'm this kind of person, what did you sell to get that?
So I sold just a trucker baseball hat and like 2 sweaters.
This is why I love reselling.
Yeah.
You have a dream, you go for it, you flip a couple things, and you're there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's addictive for sure.
It definitely is. Did you think that it was going to turn into what it has, or was it just kind of a one-off?
No, definitely not. I didn't really know, because I didn't join Instagram until quite a bit later. So I didn't really know there was a whole community out there, of women I've met who are amazing. I just thought it would be, get myself a printer, and then it turned into so much more. So I'm super happy I found it when I did.
I love that.
Yeah.
And the community is really the best part.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I know that you're selling on Poshmark. Oh, excuse me. No. Yes, Poshmark and Mercari. There are 2 main platforms. Awesome. Where else are you selling?
So I was primarily on Poshmark, and then right when I've only been on List Perfectly for about a month, but I'm already hooked because I've been selling on Mercari, and I started dabbling in eBay. Not the most well versed in eBay quite yet, but I'm still learning. And then those are the only ones I've tried so far. I haven't really looked too much into some other ones because I don't do high end. You've said before tradesies for like higher end, but it's definitely out there. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what products are your best sellers? I know you said shoes are kind of all the rage right now, especially in the winter.
Oh yeah. Shoes for sure. I'm mainly focusing on shoes. I love them. It brings me joy. So I love to find them, source them, flip them. But I also really love dresses. It seems to be a pretty good flip. And I personally love sweaters. So if I buy a sweater, wear it a couple times, and then flip it, I love looking through the sweaters. So sweaters as well.
Awesome. And that is really nice that you just have those 3 categories. Do you see that there's any kind of distinction which brands are doing the best, or is it just the categories?
So for shoes, my favorite is like hiking boots. I love LL Bean. I love Sorel. Those are like my 2. Those always sell quick. They're cute. So those are
the styles on those.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking for that Sorel, winter fur knee high. Yeah.
And even like with Merrill, the boots, like they all have really cool like antique moss color. Like everybody knows the colors too.
Wow.
And it's usually right on the tag. So like you can put it in your listing, like this is the so-and-so sage color, and people are looking for it, which is cool.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you for that. I just hear all the time how great shoes are. So for those people that are just getting started reselling, shoes are great because people know their size. They don't have to try it on. So it is a much easier sell, I would say, than, for example, jeans, where it's not even large or even size, in the number sizing. There's so many different variations.
Yeah. Plus, people wash jeans so many times. So sometimes when I wear jeans a couple times, the size changes. So that's I agree with that.
I didn't even think of that. Just more like about fit.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, so I love this question. How has List Perfectly helped you grow your business? And before you answer, I just want to remind everyone that List Perfectly is the #1 way to cross-post your listings on every marketplace. We help you sell and get your listings over super, super easy. Rather than taking 5 minutes per listing, it's going to take you roughly 30 seconds. And you're going to reach new audiences when you're over the platform.
Yeah. So for me, one of my favorite things to do is relist. So I'll use the closet clear out on Poshmark, or even just dropping my price on Mercari, and I'll drop it to where I'm comfortable, and then I can relist it. And I used to take time screenshotting photos and dragging them over and saving them to my desktop, and it takes a while. So as soon as I started relisting with List Perfectly, I can relist so many things so quickly. And it brings sales in, because then it moves it up to the just in, so people see it coming in. So relisting is that's been a game changer for me with List Perfectly. And then experimenting with eBay, and then because I don't have the confidence to do eBay, quite yet, but List Perfectly is helping push me to there. And then Mercari I'm growing my Mercari business too, which I wasn't, selling too much there. So it's just helping me grow.
Mercari is definitely one of those problems. The more you list, the more you sell. There's something going on with the algorithm where if you're listing, you're going to sell more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed the same thing. And I also had to have List Perfectly in order to take the plunge into eBay, because it would have taken me 5-6 minutes to get a single listing onto eBay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I love that. So what is one thing that you wish you knew when you started reselling?
Probably the most would be how to organize your inventory, in the computer and also in your house. So I started out with just my own stuff. So I was like, oh, this is free. This was free. Not free, but I've sourced it from myself. So if I sell it for a couple bucks, that's great. But as I started spending money and paying up for some things, I'm like, oh no, did I pay $5 for that or 15? Because it's important when you're trying to, get your money back for something. So I never really thought about that until I had 200 active listings, and then I was drowning trying to fix it and get it all back in the computer right and organized in my house, so I'm not spending 20 minutes looking for one shirt that sold.
Absolutely, man, it's really challenging. And I think what people don't realize is, of course, when you start reselling, you actually get invested in it, you want to do well. That's the goal, right? You're going to sell. And as you get bigger and bigger, you need to have those systems in place. So putting them in place originally is so helpful.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. Oh, my God. Okay, cool. So this is a little bit off the grid. Some kind of chatty questions here. We have so many wonderful audience members. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Also, if you guys have questions, drop them into the comments. And we'll get to them at the end. So I am wondering, how do you connect with the community? How have you grown your Instagram? What's a tip that you can give for the audience?
Because Instagram is great, like you said, to grow the community, and reaching out to folks is the best way that I've done it. And I've gone to quite a few, I went to Posh Party last year in Phoenix, and then I've gone to a couple Posh and Sips or Posh parties. But reaching out to folks, seeing who, has a kid my age that also resells is, something that means something to me. Or, anybody I'm in Maine now. So anybody in Maine, I'm trying to connect with and, see what's going on for them. But finding folks on Instagram that have something in common with me has been the best. And I've met people, all over this whole country. And it's amazing that you can have friends that you have something in common with that either you haven't met or you haven't seen in a year. So it's just reaching out to folks would be as I'm rambling, would be my,
yeah. So it really is a one-by-one thing. And I really want to stress this, that if everybody could just message, let's say, one person a day or 7 new people on one day, right? You don't have to do this every day. You do it in the way that works for you. If you were to message one person every day, you would find yourself with 300 new PFF, and it would be so much more than that, because they would be sharing you'll be sharing them.
Yeah.
They know another Poshmark or Mercari or any type of reseller that has kids your age, and they make those introductions.
Yeah.
Definitely put yourself out there.
It's
great for me as well to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so I am wondering, what is going to be the next platform with List Perfectly?
What can you say that again? It cut out.
Be your next platform with List Perfectly. Where do you think you'll go next?
I don't know. I haven't. I need to look into it more. Like, I think my next goal is to put more into eBay. I need to get over the fear of messing up and just do it. And I do learn by mistakes a lot of the time. So maybe that's just where I have to go to figure it out. But I think, because I've only got a couple things on eBay and they're just sitting there because I'm not doing anything about them. So I think that's my next goal, is to figure out eBay. And then I've heard a lot about Depop and Tradesy. So I've got some really nice shoes that might do well on Tradesy. So
awesome. Yeah. Well, I will say, because people are watching, I love to refer new marketplace. We recently added Kids, an amazing marketplace for moms and kids. It's a completely different audience than the other marketplaces. I think is true for almost any marketplace. And it's like lists perfectly, right? When you get on a marketplace, you're going to reach a audience, you're going to make more. Yeah, so Kidizen is great. And then I want to do a special shout out to Facebook Marketplace, because I've been doing so well on Facebook Marketplace personally. Okay. And now that they've added the shipping option, it's really just the same thing that we do on all of the other platforms. And so I'm really excited to see Facebook Marketplace, because if you think about it, Facebook has probably the most users of any of them, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I definitely, I mean, there's huge potential. I'm sure they're going to figure out international shipping, right? And so now we're talking about probably the biggest audience of any. So I'm just been thinking about that this week, how exciting that is.
Yeah. That's like, I mean, I've done a few little things on just locally, but I should look more into Facebook Marketplace. That's a great tip. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, because now that they have the shipping, it's not like, I don't feel comfortable personally meeting people in person. It's not something I'm comfortable with. And for those of you that do, obviously always be safe, but of course that's your preference. And so for me, when they added the shipping option, I was like, you know what, I'm really going to think about this on kind of a tech and company level, and just how huge their audience is in so many smaller cities. Now that they can reach all of them. And this was truly a great conversation. I love getting to know you. So thank you so much.
Yes. Well, have a good night, girl.
Good night. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thanks for coming, everybody. Bye.